Are you familiar with this quote attributed to Albert Einstein? He says, condemnation without investigation is the height of ignorance. So, what does that mean in layman's terms? It means you shouldn't form an opinion on a topic if you haven't investigated the information contained in the statement. You shouldn't form an opinion on a topic if you haven't investigated the information contained in the statement. For example, and I want to state this up front that I'm not a flat earther, but I don't believe in our current globe model. Now, with that being said, there are so many people who condemn the flat earth idea without so much as a courtesy study as to see what's being said. And secondly, cannot in any way prove them wrong. They have no idea that every image they've ever seen of the earth is computer generated. CGI. There's no way they can prove we're spinning at 1,000 miles per hour. There's no way to prove we're traveling 65,000 miles per hour around the sun. There's absolutely no way to prove we're flying through the galaxy at almost 500,000 miles per hour right now. You see, all you know is what you've been told, what you were taught. But without your own investigation, you do realize you're at the mercy of those you decided to put your faith in. So in a real way, education becomes your God. The government becomes your God. And most importantly, the church becomes your God. Why? Because without your own examination of their information, you have to have faith in these social constructs that they're being completely honest with you, that they don't have an agenda other than teaching you truth. Personally, I've never accepted anything without at least a cursory examination of the subject. As it says in Scripture, study to show thyself approved to the Most High. Even our Creator doesn't want you to just accept everything you're being told as fact. Now, real quick, I want to give you an example of how things work and why we're so gullible. Now, before I begin, I want you to know that when I say media, I'm talking about music, television, Hollywood, and any other form of audio-visual devices, including your phone and social media. Okay. Do you realize how much of your life is shaped by these devices provided by the media? They actually, unbeknownst to you, form so many of the opinions you hold dear. They manipulate you through lies, distortion, fabrications, and psychological oppression. If you're not researching what you're being told, you're highly susceptible to these manipulations. Meaning you believe things that they told you to believe. They like to divert your attention when something big is about to happen. That's an actual technique. Do you know what a false flag operation is? Excuse me. It's when those in charge either allow, provoke, or otherwise commit hideous acts and tell the public some other group is responsible. Because of this platform, meaning YouTube, and their rules of engagement, I'm not allowed to point out the many false flag events that are sprinkled throughout our history. But I can only say none of these horrific events have been done in the manner the media says it has. But they know you'll believe them. They're the news. The real reason most of us aren't aware of these things is because we put our faith in humans and not Scripture or the Most High. Why would they take prayer out of schools but open the door to other perverse ideas? This piece of shit raped a 10-year-old girl in a bathroom he was able to legally use because he identifies as a female. But again, they removed Scripture out of the schools. The point I'm making is, thanks to us, all of us, and our Teslas, iPhones, and TikTok followers, the world is being destroyed. And we're wondering what's wrong with the youth. The truth is, we are what's wrong with the youth. We are the biggest problem because we refuse to open our eyes. This is not about being woke. It's about not being a damn zombie. Kanye West, aka Ye, made a statement the other day, and people went in on him, calling him crazy, saying all sorts of shit about dude, with no knowledge of what he said at all. None. How many of you know about the curses in Deuteronomy 28? I'll wait. Not many, because you go by the Bible. Literally. You go right by it, but never pick it up to learn it for yourself. Do you understand Isaiah 42 and 22? No, you don't. Because the church explained it to you their way, and you never challenged it. You never challenge anything. Zombies. It's because we're always trying to fit in. When we were born to stand out. Do you comprehend the term set apart? Well, that's what that means. Standing out, not fitting in. You should stop speaking on things that you're clueless about. It's a terrible look. If you refuse wisdom, if you refuse to learn, you can never set an example or teach the ones you love. You're doing yourself and the rest of us a great disservice and doing more harm to your loved ones than a thief. At some point, you have to open your eyes. We're in the season of learning and becoming knowledgeable about our past. Where you at? You're aware that Satan is the god of this world, right? So you need to come out of it. Stop trying to be a part of it. Learn what these demons are doing. Learn why your favorite entertainers are doing things like this. Figure out why they're being paid so much money to entertain you. And form opinions for you. Because you are a fan. Understand Masonic imagery in these corporate logos. And you'll see exactly what it is they worship. It's not the God of the Bible. Have you ever wondered why it's called Apple Computer? You thought that was just a name? What tree did Adam and Eve disobey the Most High for? The tree of the knowledge of good and evil, right? You remember you used to take an apple and give it to the teacher. In a lot of school settings, you'll see an apple sitting on the desk. That's because the apple represents wisdom. The tree of the knowledge of good and evil. The tree of knowledge, right? Now, let me ask you this. Do you get information and thus knowledge from a computer? Of course you do. Now can you see the symbolism of the Apple computer? And yes, just like the tree of knowledge of good and evil, the knowledge can be used for good or evil, depending on the character of the student. So do your own research and come to your own conclusions. Because let's face it, we've all taken a bite. But what we do with it is up to us. Peace.